Right, welcome back. I've just discovered this. That I don't like that. Anyway, so I've spent 20 minutes creating another video, but I didn't have the audio on. So I will briefly play that before I get into doing what I'm going to be doing in this video. But in this video, I do want to mention a couple of things. After I had that bit of an issue and realised that I hadn't recorded, I started trying to solve the hole in the terrain issue, and I actually solved it, but I didn't press record that time. So that's two things. Now this is the area where the hole was in the terrain. Now what I did, it was this terrain here, terrain 24. I deactivated it. There it is. And if I did, there's the hole. So that's the old one. So I deactivated that and added another terrain by going into the terrain section and adding one outside of here, adding that other one, adding the new one. Obviously if I click here it'll add another one here. So with this one being deactivated, I just had to click here and it activated another terrain. I had a bit of clearing up to do because the two adjoining terrains to the old one, this one here and that one over there, they had certain mountains, hills, whatever, and then that, by adding another terrain, it left slopes. So that's why these two things here, these are basically me covering those slopes up. So, and then I just dragged the I don't know whether this will have any consequences or not. I just dragged the beach spawn, the Gaia game object, from the old one into the new one. So I can probably delete that now, but at present I won't. So that's the new area. So right, in the video that I recorded that I didn't have the volume on, I basically just went round a few of these mountain areas. I mean, these are island areas, and added a few changes. There was nothing drastic. I didn't actually do that much. I think I changed this here, this edge of this island here, and I also did the finishing touches to the main. Yeah, this was the main terrain that I did. The last part, I just added this here, and that's it. And then this is where I began it a few days ago, in those few videos ago. So basically that's it. So now in this one I'm just gonna do a bit of tidying up. So I want to tidy that up. I don't like that at all. It's too basically flat. Oops, I need to get the stamper. So I'll get the stamper. And also about the terrain textures, for some reason it spawns down one side and then stops if I try to spawn the whole terrain. That's regarding the textures. So what I just did the, well, I think you saw that on the last video I did like 9 sections, because this seems to be like 2 or 4 terrains square. And that was it. That's basically it. think there was a part of a terrain that wasn't retextured after I stamped, and I just did what I've just said, and that kind of solved the problem. So now let's go into the little mountain areas, and I'll add a mountain area to this alpine mountains. Yeah, that's not the one. Right, so they need to be quite high before they take effect. So I'll make that smaller. I think this was the general spawn size when I first began making these changes to this terrain. They were quite small, like around about this size. Yeah, they're two. These are 2 pointed. These are for like great big mountains. Well, this could have potential if they didn't have these flat sides. Right, so what's the area it's got to cover? Alright, that one. Make that smaller still. That's number 19. I'll use that if I can't find anything better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with what's it called? The Dover Cliffs, the plateaus. Yeah, something like the plateaus will cover that up, I think. I'll make that smaller. I'm trying to save these parts. I don't think I'm going to be able to. So that's number 6. Let's have a look at some of the others. point. I'm going to go with number 7 or 8. So I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, I'm going to go with 6. And remember, I don't know for whatever reason this just keeps going and going and going and going. I think it's probably trying to stamp somewhere else on. I think it's probably trying to stamp everywhere, but I'll cancel it before it does that and do it manually. What needs to be, I'll do it manually. Oh, well, that actually finished it. And remember, these will be all larger. That's the tiling on those won't be severe. So let's move around. Just have a quick shift around the edges. That one could be better. Yeah, that could be better. Oh no, that's got the river thing. So I'll leave that one as it is. They'll look better when I've changed up the tiling. I'm not sure about this one here. Although I like that one. Let's see if I can make that a little bit better. Where's the stamp? This is one where I've got the line through, I think. I've got to be careful because there's something here. Let's have a look at the plateau again. Obviously make it bigger. I want to try and get rid of some of these edges kind of areas. I'll go bigger. Where's the... Oh, that's there. So that's 8. I'm going to be leaving as it is for a minute for now, I think. yeah, I'm going to leave it as it is. Might just do something round the bottom edge though, especially this edge. Just make it, rough it up a little bit. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, just something like that. And I'm actually going to go a quick fly-about to see if I can see which of the mountains. One of them looks really smooth, but I can't really see which one it is. Can't really tell which one it is. Has that textured that? Okay, yeah, that's so it's working back. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better actually. So I'm going to go into play mode and see if I can find that mountain. I'll just put this on pause while I set it going. Right, so having a fly about, I've just spent like 10 minutes flying about. I basically flew from the spawn spot to where I am now, which is by the volcano that I added. And all that area, them few islands around there. And I can't find the one. Well, that's kind of not actually true. It's the one that's immediate from where the spawning point is. But the terrain, to be honest with you, it seems to have changed out of all recognition. I mean, I've only gone round the edges, but I mean that's probably because I haven't got a GTS terrain shader on as well. That's currently turned off, and these are just the plain terrains again. So I think I'm going to leave it at this, and obviously the post-processing needs some work and fog and etc. But I'll leave it at this. I've got the camera working better anyway, as I did that in a few videos of it, but it is working better. So I'll leave it at that. So the next job in the next video will be painting the rivers, repainting the rivers, but I won't suffer you through that again. I'll make a recording and I'll just put it on time lapse and just go through it all really quickly, because I mean all I'm going to do is go through all the lakes, paint the sand in the bottom, go through all the rivers, paint the sand in the bottom, then go through them all again and paint the pebbles in the bottom, in the rivers and the etc. And I'm going to do that all manual as before. Then in the next video after that, I'll be trying the new trees out, the new spawning system, because it did seem to work a lot better than the Gaia one, the inbuilt one, which is used as the inbuilt spawn terrain system. So I'll see how I get on with those and see whether it does actually wipe all the trees out or not. So I think we'll end that here, and I'll catch you next time, if I survive this fall. Bang. Right, catch you later, bye.